Everyone thinks casinos are impregnable. They're wrong. For one brief, audacious night in March 2004, the iconic Ritz casino in London, a bastion of high-stakes gambling and old-world luxury, found itself outmaneuvered. It wasn't brute force, but a sophisticated blend of technology and human intuition that cracked their seemingly uncrackable roulette wheels. At the heart of this deception was a method so discreet, so precise, it almost defied detection. A team of 3 individuals, 2 men and 1 woman, didn't just play the game, they subtly altered its very odds, turning a game of pure chance into a calculated victory. Their strategy hinged on what's known as advantage play, exploiting subtle, overlooked imperfections. But the scale and ambition of their particular exploit pushed it far beyond mere advantage, venturing deep into the realm of technological manipulation. The stakes were colossal. The Ritz, a name synonymous with exclusivity, prided itself on its impenetrable security. A successful heist there wasn't just about money, it was about reputation, about the very trust that underpins the gambling industry. The trio, 2 Serbs and 1 Hungarian, were not amateurs. They were professionals, operating with a calculated coolness. Their plan wasn't hatched overnight. It was the culmination of meticulous observation and technological development. Their target, the specific physics of a roulette wheel. While seemingly random, a wheel once spun operates under predictable mechanical laws. The ball's speed, the rotor's speed, and the influence of gravity all combine in a dance that theoretically could be predicted. The challenge, of course, is to gather this data in real time, under the watchful eyes of casino security, and then process it instantly to inform a wager. This is where their ingenious device came into play. They utilized a device known, informally, as a roulette computer. This wasn't some magical contraption that controlled the ball. Instead, it was an advanced scanning system designed to measure the critical variables. Hidden within a mobile phone, or more accurately, a modified phone casing, was a miniature laser scanner. This scanner was designed to precisely track the speed of the roulette ball as it circled the wheel. The team would activate the scanner as the dealer spun the wheel and released the ball. The laser, almost imperceptible, would measure the ball's trajectory, feeding this data into a microcomputer also concealed within their person. This microcomputer, running sophisticated algorithms, would then calculate an approximate landing zone for the ball. The key here is approximate. It wouldn't pinpoint an exact number, but significantly narrow down the possibilities. The results of this calculation were not displayed visually. Instead, they were transmitted wirelessly, often through subtle vibrations or auditory cues to the team members. A series of taps, perhaps, indicating a specific quadrant of the wheel. With this information, even a small shift in odds could be transformative. Instead of a 1 in 37 chance on a European wheel, they might improve their odds to, say, 1 in 10 or 1 in 5, drastically increasing their profitability. The actual execution was a masterclass in subtlety. They didn't bet huge sums on every spin. They waited, observed, and placed their bets late, just before the no more bets call, capitalizing on their predictive edge. On March 14, 2004, the trio embarked on their grand play. They visited the Ritz, blending in with the usual high rollers. Over the course of the evening, they steadily accumulated winnings, attracting attention not through loud celebration, but through sheer consistency. By the next day, their winnings had swelled significantly. The casino floor managers, trained to spot unusual patterns, began to take notice. Too many successful bets, too consistently, on a game designed for randomness. The Ritz security team initiated an internal investigation. They reviewed CCTV footage, meticulously analyzing every move of the suspicious players. What they saw was not blatant cheating, but an almost imperceptible coordination. One of the men would occasionally glance at his mobile phone, held discreetly in his hand, before placing a bet. This small action, innocuous to the casual observer, became a crucial piece of the puzzle for the experienced security personnel. By the 16th of March, their winnings had escalated to an astounding £3 million. The Ritz management decided they had seen enough. They called the Metropolitan Police, alleging fraud. The trio was arrested. However, the legal battle that followed would prove far more complex than the initial arrest. The fundamental question was whether their actions constituted illegal cheating or simply a highly sophisticated form of advantage play. British law on gambling at the time was somewhat ambiguous regarding technological assistance. The defense argued they hadn't tampered with the wheel itself, nor had they physically manipulated the game. They merely predicted its outcome, albeit with advanced tools. The prosecution contended that using an electronic device to gain an unfair advantage was indeed a form of cheating. The case highlighted a burgeoning legal gray area, how to define fair play in an era of rapidly advancing technology. Ultimately, after extensive legal proceedings, the Crown Prosecution Service dropped the charges due to insufficient evidence to secure a conviction under the existing laws. The money, however, was confiscated by the casino, leading to a civil dispute. The Ritz Casino Roulette scam remains a landmark case. It didn't just expose a vulnerability in one casino, it forced the entire gambling industry to reevaluate its security protocols and consider the evolving threat of technological sophistication. Explore another historical heist where ingenuity clashed with security's limits.